5 Most Popular Dog Training Techniques. Dogs have different temperaments which depend on their breed, surrounding, and upbringing. We can't really say that there's a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to training or taming them. Some dogs are just too stubborn to listen to us. There are some that are mild-mannered and are not too hard to train. That's why it's only natural that throughout the years a lot of techniques have been developed in order to deal with said multiple temperaments dogs can have. Identifying which method to use is important for training them is not only for the sake of correcting their behaviors, but it's also for their own good. Here are 5 of the most popular dog training techniques that you may try for your pup. Number 1. Positive reinforcement training. Positive reinforcement training is perhaps the most popular method of dog training utilized even today. It's popular probably because it's the easiest to apply. That dog owner won't need a professional to help to administer it, and at the same time, it doesn't employ any of the tougher techniques used for other methodologies. Pet or dog owners would then naturally use this approach rather than a more rigid and stricter way to train their dogs, simply because they don't want to be tough on them. This approach is also rewarding for both the owner and the dog, literally, at the same time. Number 2. Alpha Dog or Dominance Training. Alpha Dog or Dominance Training aims to take advantage of a dog's pack mentality instinct. If you're not familiar, dogs are like wolves in that there are naturally submissive parts of the pack, and at the same time, a leader. So given that there is a hierarchy going on, then naturally the very core concept of this methodology is to be the owner, the head or leader of the pack. This way, you get your dog or dogs to be submissive to you, listening to your commands, and curb if not eliminate bad behavior. Number 3. By the use of electronics. A pretty straightforward yet can be aggressive way to train your dogs is by the use of electronics. We're primarily talking about electronic collars. These e-collars come in a lot of varieties and can train your dog using different modes. Basically, the core concept of this methodology is to let your dog wear an electronic collar, which will then either automatically activate, or you can activate it through remote control whenever they do something undesirable or a behavior that you are trying to correct. Number 4. Science-based training methodology. What is science-based training, and why is it also so popular? Aren't all of these methodologies science-based? You have every reason to be confused about this one, so we're going to try and explain it as clearly as possible. It's safe to say that indeed this type of training covers every technique available and uses them when necessary. It's methodical and ever-changing. Its primary aim to study a dog's nature and learn how to deal with certain behaviors that needed to be controlled or corrected. Number 5. Mirror or rival dog training. As the name implies, mirror or rival dog training methodology bangs on the concept that dogs learn by observation. That's what dogs are, utterly observant beings that are again sometimes too smart for their own good. So, we use that to our advantage. Through this method, they will learn by mimicking, and how you teach them depends on the level of the stubbornness of the dog, or depends on your program. Basically, a person or you as the owner can act as its mirror or rival, then you get yourself rewarded or punished depending on the behavior that you are reenacting.